Oh, it just got black. There we go. Yeah, it goes out there after a few seconds. It's funny because the song that I'm listening to right now, it's like Aquarius. It's called Aquarius Apocalyptic by a band called Stoplight Observations, which I think is a great name for a band. Yeah, because how many times you've been sitting at a stoplight and you just kind of look around, you get inklings. You get inklings. Little knowings. Hey, Stanley, what are you doing? Hello, welcome to my tube. Oh, forgot my light, bright light. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks, these little conversations sometimes. The way I feel about things. Being a Heyoka, you're always feeling some kind of way. Unless I'm in a meditate state, then I dip down and go into the no place space. Stanley, what are you doing? He said, those little kittens. Where are those little kittens? Come here, say hi. Come here, say hi. Come on. Get up here, say hi. Come on. Come on, Stanley. Come on, say hi. Come on. Enticing? Ow. Okay. I got a sliver of some sort. I guess it's better that it went into my hand than one of their feet. I don't know what that was about. Oh, there he goes. There he is.
He likes it up at the top.
He's up there. He just went up there. He likes it up there. That ladder is not light either. It's heavy. And that managed to make it down from Oregon. I think about all the stuff that didn't, but that ladder did, but he loves it, so. Anyway, today was a pretty chill day. How are you today, Ma? You're good? Yeah? We have some laughs. We have some laughs today. That's what we did. We laughed today, and then you ate real good today. I took Luna for a drive. It's been a pretty uneventful day. Yeah, she's a happy girl. I did just come across this article because that's what I called this talk. What did I call it? They all fall down, because nobody can freaking stay on top forever, man. You're making deals with freaking demons if you're successful like your whole duration of your life and you don't like go through hardships and stuff like that. And the world is changing. It's been taken over for so long, and I just am so excited for the prospects of once we get through all this crap that's coming up next, you know, the big reveal of people seeing how the world for what it is, you know. All these military conflicts that have been made up, you know, all these people that have become so rich, and then they just hide up all their resources, and things are shifting, things are changing. They all fall, you know, the energy's shifting. So a lot of people that have been experienced a lot of success are gonna get to experience what it's like, how the rest of us live. Yeah. So, anyway, I like to report a lot on misappropriation of funds, where they use funds inappropriately, where they waste money. All the bureaucrats do it. They all do it. All the bureaucrats do it. And it was posted today in the Albuquerque News or something like that on Facebook. It's just unbelievable, man. There's people that don't have what they need all over the place. And then this is the shit that I read. Los Alamos National Laboratory spent $505 million with New Mexico businesses in 2021. And it had 12,919 employees with the payroll of $1.3 billion. And then they even go down and break it down by employee salaries by county. Los Alamos employees. Now, if I were to go, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll go in and I'll look at how many employees are employed by Los Alamos County. How many people are employed by Los Alamos County? How many people live in Los Alamos County? Because I know Here where I live in the city limits, it's roughly there's like 7,000, I think it is. Actually, let me look that up because things change, and I might be remembering wrong. So let me just by county, and I recommend everybody do this in the state in which they live. See, I've lived in a lot of states, so I paid attention to a lot of misappropriation of funds. Not only that, I was in the Air Force. What is the biggest waste of money is the frickin' United States military. All 5 branches, including the stupid fucking Coast Guard. Los Alamos. This is employee salaries by county. Los Alamos. $638 million, Mom. To pay the people that work for the people in these counties. Santa Fe, $322 million. Rio, I'm not going to pronounce these right because I'm hooked on phonics. Rio Arriba, $147 million. Bernalillo, $56 million. Sandoval County, $49 million. And Taos, where I live, is $16 million. And let's see how many population of... See. And see, my thing is, I was in the military, man. Police, they do like 2-4 years in the military as a SP or whatever, and then freaking, because all you need is a high school diploma, and then they get out and back to the bros club, you know, freaking sign their life away, come Freemasons, do all that stupid shit that's been running around. I wonder how many people are in prisons that are there just because frickin' Freemason cops frickin' didn't like them. I had a fucking dickhead cop fucking hate me in Philly. That guy. I never even did nothing to the guy. We just liked the same girl. He ended up marrying her. He was still a total douche. And that's what I'm like. They're stereotypical, man. They're a demographic. They're a percentage of the population. They're not very smart. And then they go back and they know somebody, so they get a job where they live, and they just freaking coast. I have a cousin, Tascadero, California. He did the same thing, you know? You know, they all get freaking, their blessings spoil all of them. Every single one of them. They just become freaking gluttons and stuff and just sit there and just, you know, farts are funny and it's retarded. Hello, Maud. Just talking about more misappropriation of funds. Today. So, what was it? Population. I see so much energy being wasted on stuff like, oh yeah, it's under 6,000. As of 2019, there was 5,967 people. So why? How many city employees? Employed. You know, and you break that down. And it's like the people don't do the work. I will stand by my statement, as I've said it time and time again. These people aren't getting paid to go to do the work, you know. They're not in the offices answering the phones. They're not doing requests, because I know there's people at the grocery store every day that are homeless. It doesn't have to be like that. County employees. But these are the things that are changing. Staff directory. I'll have to look in the human resources if there's any kind of stats. And be like, what are you guys doing to justify your income earned? What are you guys doing? What are you people doing to earn, you know, but everybody, because in small towns like that, everybody knows everybody. So they just all, you know, unite in a shroud of just keep your mouth closed and they'll go away. Just ignore them. and let's just keep going on about our business. And that's the society, that's the world that we've accepted for the last, 1,000, 10,000 years, since us human beings came out of the dirt as the bugs that we are, the dirty animals that we are, from the last time freaking civilization was wiped out. We're gonna get an opportunity again because people aren't coming into their spirit. That's all ego, man. When people are just throwing around numbers like that, where so many people are in distress, and I'm just talking about in my state. We could think about the whole nation, but we'll see. A lot of love and lighters coming through. See, I ain't never invited to the big table because see, I let people know who I am, all encompassing, from my shadow to my light to my shadow to my light. I go round and round and round again, right? And I also share with the public on how I handle my emotions and cope with my everyday frustrations and angers and stuff like that. And see, a lot of these other people, they just act like they're real nice all the time, like everything's great all the time. But you don't get to see their meltdowns. You don't get to see, they're because they just show you. You don't get to see how they yell at people and they're cussing people out and stuff like that. They don't tell you that stuff, But I always had the prerogative. I always had the always made sense to me that I'd rather people think that I'm a jerk, and then once they get to know me, they find out that I got a heart of gold, than think that I got a heart of gold and then find out I'm a jerk. Because that's what I've found how it is with most people in the world. Because everybody has their stuff, and when everybody acts like, they're so wonderful all the time and everything's great, so they're the women, they're the men and women that are like the freaking chick in American Beauty that is just so freaking controlling. So controlling, you just gotta freaking manage the stage in every way possible, and there's no way that any outside force is gonna come in and freaking, compose anything, which is crazy to me. It's weird to me, but people, and I don't know if I'm gonna be around to see the world change how I'd like to see it. Although my videos that I've been making, because I've been doing this a while, so I've been making these videos, I don't know, going on 5 years, and the ones in the beginning are talking about what's happening in the world today. And when I start thinking, today I was thinking about, okay, Marge, now thinking in terms of today, how do you see things in 4 years from now? Well, I think a lot more people will come into their spirit. Although they're going to embrace that ego, man. World War III is of the spiritual variety. Yeah, it is. And being a freaking, living your life. People live their lives for freaking, for dark ideologies every day. Like, I could, people could be like, people could unknowingly be living for Satan every day, just by eating whatever they want whenever they want, without taking care of their soul sack, by spending money on, things that, luxurious things, expensive things. Because there's a balance. I have no problem with people, treating themselves nice and buying nice things and stuff like that. It's a balance. Are you giving away as much as you're receiving? Is it an even exchange? That's what my perception of an understanding of this path was. Is that because this is my soul sack, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. I can't take anything with me. When I take my last breath, that is my spirit that ventures out into the ethers. And I'm not the only one that believes this. There's other people that believe this stuff too. Some people believe that they're oh so powerful if they take in that spirit as somebody's last breath. A lot of people will take people's life just to take in their spirit. And people that have never been exposed to it, have never been around it, the world is very, very sheltered. I do believe that there's a lot of people that know about this stuff. It's just, man, there's a lot of freaking cowards in this world. There's a lot of cowards on this planet. And I've been fearful in my life, although I can honestly say that the majority of the fears that I've had in my life, I haven't acted accordingly. I haven't let it stop me. You know, I have a big faith. My faith is in God. Yeah. I'm hearing all these religious people, man. I don't really appreciate being put in a category with people that do nefarious things. You know, and the way I see it is like people that think that I'm a scary person, I wonder what kind of scary is in them. Really, really. Like the way that people perceive me sometimes is it's baffling to me. It really is. But and then it always comes back to, Marge, how people see you are things in themselves that they hate about themselves. They're just identifying them in you. And they're making you, you know. Because you know that old adage, when you're pointing at somebody, how many fingers you got coming back at ya? You spot it, you got it. And I hear what I got all the time when I see stuff that I spot. And then I saw this adage today and I was like, okay, there's a goal for me. Let's see if I can attain this goal in life. Once you learn to walk with the Spirit, you will have no interest in judging those. See, I don't feel like I judge those. I feel like I look at them as a case study. Oh, just more of the same. Just more, you know, selfish, you know, whatever. Withholding. Oh, the withholder. The heart of the withholder. You know, what a treat those are. You know, the people that, you know. And here's the weirdest thing. This is what is a trip. Is one of my things in life is like, I just want to be treated like everybody else, right? I've had people like, I don't know. I've been treated really weird, and as I'm sure so many people have. But like, people put me in a corner, you know, don't invite me to dinner, but have me sit there and watch them all eat. It's just weird, you know. It's just peculiar. I've had sheriffs like escort me out into the middle of the road when I was in Omaha. Just like, I didn't do anything, you know. And I just have had these experiences because of how people perceive me. And see, and I understand, I've learned a lot of life lessons because I understand that people have shadow and light. Everyone does. A lot of times, like, I don't care. You know, like if I think somebody's cool, let's say, you know, we're going to be buddies or whatever, you know? And, well, to an extent. I got boundaries. It's not like I'm boundaryless. But, oh no, I lost it. I'm going to listen to Black Betty and see if that can make my train of thought derail. Damn it. Hello, PETA. How are things down under? How are things down there? I don't know what to think about. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna be the one. That trucker situation is gonna be something that I'm just gonna be like, let's just see how this plays out. Because I don't believe anything else. I question everything at this point. So it's like, yeah, we'll see. And my dad was a truck driver, and I don't know. I don't know. I just guess I'm like trying to see what else is going on in the world that people aren't paying attention to because they're looking at all this trucker stuff. But and it's fun, like all this stuff about Spotify. I never listened to it. So that's a whole storyline that has nothing to do with me. And I remember watching like Fear Factor years ago on in the background. Seems like it was on at bedtime and stuff like that. You know, I ain't a fan of the fucking Bros Club bullshit anyway, and all that stuff is more freaking Bro Club bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, it ain't nothing different than I've been. It's just, I don't know. I can't stand. But I was telling somebody today. I said, or was it yesterday? Recently, I said I'd never been a fan of all the stuff that everybody else has been a fan of, though, ever. It goes back to that everybody has light and everybody has shadow, and that's how I've learned so many life lessons, because I didn't pay attention to people's shadow, and I was just focused too much on their light, and they freaking shadow came up and smacked me upside the head. You know, people tell us, I tell people all the time who I am. I have my faults. I try so hard, though. I try harder than anybody else I've ever known. I try so hard. I just try. All day long I'm trying, you know? Don't be too idle, Marge. You always got stuff to do. Just try, because I never know what it is I'm gonna do today that could put me and Mom in advantage tomorrow or next month. So I got to keep trying. It's not just about me. It's for my whole family. Me, Mom, all the critters. You know, we got a forever home to get. So my eyes are all sticky. It's been cold. Well, I think it's pretty much cold all over the United States, and there's a lot of people without power. A lot of people are going to get to experience a little bit more life without power. There's a lot of snow, lots of snow in the west or east, northeast. And it's cold here, but it's been relatively clear. Oh, I didn't even finish the thing. It says, once you learn to walk with the Spirit, you will have no interest in judging those who don't. I'm like, interesting. So I'm going to have to follow up on that employee salary by county. Because $16 million for freaking, like, how many, I mean, in a city of how many, less than 6,000 people, $16 million. How many employees? That would have to be like, I don't know, 400, 500. So 16 million for that many. It's just, see, and they don't do nothing. They're all fucking fat and lazy. Fat and lazy, man. And I know, because freaking New Mexico Citizen goes down there and tries to make records requests, and you know, if that's what gets me is like, you implement these people with fitness standards, health standards. You make them work for what they work for. See, because they don't work for what they get. But if you like do that, give that initiative, you know. Let's see how many people don't get sick because everybody's getting well. I was telling someone that the other day when holding the sign. I was like, you know what? I said that's why. I said, I'm a girl with Asperger's. I went in the Air Force. And I get stuck on stuff sometimes. Stuff on stuff sometimes. And they made me go, the fat guys made me go to the gym, or said, hey, you're not within standards. So either get within standards or we're going to kick you out, right? These just the hypocrisy of it. I hate the fucking military, man. I hate it. I don't even use the degree that I got. The whole reason why I did the 6 years. It's just a crock. Anyway. And people that do 20, man, I'm just like, okay. All right, never mind. I'm not gonna say it now. But they blow Uncle Sam for 20 years, man, just for money. It's just a free ride. It's a free ride, man. And the cost is people's lives, and that's what is freaking disgusting to me. How people can be a part of that. I've resolved my stuff with being a part of it. Yeah, I've talked about it in other videos. I'm not gonna start now, but I played my role, so I'm gonna have change on my soul, like Ebenezer Scrooge, because you get one for every soul that you're a part of its demise, And it's fun. It's fun for these guys. It's games, and it's, And there's something that I read an article on Redding Rants and Raves the other day that this person was like, it was, I don't know. Their neighbor hit their cat and killed it. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. Oh, anyway. And then they're like talking about how they don't believe in, they say, well, they're going to get whatever's going to, it's going to come back to them. I don't believe in karma, and I'm not I'm not going to, retaliate or anything. I would at least let them know that, because they saw it on a neighbor's camera, because everybody has video cameras all over the place. And so, So they watched it, and then like the police came and see the laws that are all designed, that these lawyers are making up. It seems like they're designed for the culprit, to protect the culprit. I was thinking about that today. How many people, don't tell anybody. It would be terribly embarrassing for a lot of people. Well, I, for one, am ready for a lot of people to be terribly embarrassed. And this dangling carrot stuff, it's been like this my whole life. They've always dangled carrots, People are just now figuring out that it's not the Democrats, Republicans. It's not green, or not green. It's not red and then blue. It's purple, see? It's a circle of greed. They're all buddies. They all hang out. It's all scripted. It's all pageantry. It's a bunch of bullshit. And the quicker people come to this realization, the quicker things can fall apart, like they did, The freaking things are gonna get crazy. There's no way to avoid it. The planets in the sky are the same as it was when the freaking country started. To me, that's an indicator that there's going to be a Control-Alt-Delete reset in some capacity, in some way. Something is never going to be the same way ever again, in a big way. I see more than this bullshit. Fuck, I can't believe how stupid people are, man. I can't believe how just... even when I was a little kid, I would freaking be it's a good thing I'm not a little kid now. I would be a nightmare in school with all this math shit and all this stand here, do this. Oh my gosh. It's all a bunch of people being a bunch of control freaks because they don't have any freaking... What's going on here? they don't have any security within themselves. And that's another big facet and what's coming up in this next part of what's happened is people got to find the security within themselves. But how many people aren't capable of doing jack shit? That's why they just keep paying everybody around them. What happened to my music? There it is. People get money, they just pay people to do stuff. But at some point, people can't keep being a D-bag for too long. They just can't. They just can't. I think I did. Margot. I haven't been called that in a while. Margot. I think I did. I think I've seen it before, actually. I know one of the two that you sent me I've seen before. But my email is so weird, dude. Technology is such a trip. And every day I just feel like the timelines are moving so fast. And Mom and I are just kind of floating along. Because, like, as the days go, the days are just like, I mean, people would ask for days like the days that we get to live every day, right? Right? I'm very grateful for the life that we have. Today, I did go down to the store. I ate my feelings some. Yep. And then I lifted some weights. Because I ate my feelings. No, they have these freaking, at Smith's, the grocery store in town, they have these, like, half rack of freaking ribs. And I get a hankering for those every now and again. And I had a hankering. So me and Luna took a little road trip down yonder today. And then I got Mom some bran raisin muffins. Me too. And then I got some, what kind of, what is it? Mesquite, hickory smoked turkey, something like that. And I was like, Ma, you want a half or a whole sandwich? She's like, a half. No, make it a whole. She ate the whole thing. She's eating so good. We're going to be climbing that mountain, Ma, Wheeler Peak, before you know it. You know it? Yeah? You ready, set? Just put on a little coat and go?
Not right this moment.
No, Ma, of course not. I could put you in a little backpack. I got an A-bag in there. You'd fit in. Throw you over my shoulder. You can't weigh as much as the bags that I carried. You can't weigh more than what we did. At least in the little warrior walk that we did.
Yeah.
Of course, I was carrying mine and the girls in front of hers too. Cause I was always the shortest. I was always in the back. Freaking people would be set up at camp. Eating roasted marshmallows, and Marge would still be marching up to the frickin' camp because she's always the last because she's short. Anyway, the girl in front of me had frickin' blisters from her boots, and she couldn't. So I was carrying her backpack to help alleviate the extra weight. It sucked. I think she ended up getting out. Like she did. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. That's why I'm so big about feet health, man. People don't think about this shit, man. But she ended up in the hospital. Like she had like blisters. Like, remember when I burned my leg when I was younger? Yeah. And that how it blistered from where the high top was? Yeah. Right? She had that on the back of her ankle from just leather rubbing on just the fabric against her skin, creating friction. Yeah, it's terrible. So, oh man, I think she got out, like medically discharged, I think. And like went guard or something like that. I don't know, it was a long time ago. But people got to take care of their feet. People just hygiene. Just people got to take care of. It's just our soul sack, man. Our that's what I was. I started to say that earlier. I was like, yeah, I was in the military and and then they made me go to all these briefings about health and nutrition and all this stuff like that, and I paid really close attention, and I got stuck on, and I've always been kind of active, physically active and stuff. And even though I'm not a runner because I got bad ankles, but people, God, I lost it again. Oh, and then, so now I get out, and, fast forward 20 years later, whatever, and I look around and I see all these freaking police, and it's just like, and where I live, they're known for letting everybody go. Like, it's so sad. I read in the comments of like, and everybody knows it. It's just so sad that this is how it is. This is what the world has become. Is that murderers, people can murder people and then get out in 3 days. It's just the turnover is amazing. The system is just so corrupt because they all benefit, And what are they going to come in into their integrity? Is that what's going to happen? Is that what people's... you got freaking people in 10K suits, designating that people like my mom aren't worth like fucking $800 a month. I just let me sit in a room with these people and have a conversation with them, and and talk to them, and let me tell them my story on how and it just go right through them. It'd just go right through them because they're so ego. They're so consumed by things and ambitions and bullshit that they're void of spirit. And it's the whole world, and they're all connected, and they're all pals. Yet they're bombing country, they're bombing people and emptying warehouses of arsenals and racking up chains on their freaking spiritual freaking vest. We aren't supposed to kill people. We're not supposed to hinder. We're supposed to help. We're supposed to be the custodians of this earth and help flourish. We're the dogs. We're the fleas on the dog. Right? And how we behave and conduct ourselves every single day, and how we treat people and how we treat animals, and the thoughts we think and the actions we do and the words that we say, they all designate on which way our life is going to go. And people don't think that it's like that. And I guess we'll see. So anyway, I think I've run my mouth long enough. Excuse me. Oh, I did make butter today. I'm kind of excited. I made butter today with the flour that I grew. I'm excited. So I'll make cookies tomorrow and then report how it goes. It's a sativa, so it takes longer to set up. Indica set up in like 2 hours, depending on how much flour I use. But sativas, they take a lot longer. So, but it's a lot different feeling. But